This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. From inside the 10, here he comes. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So Michigan's will be in a hole thanks to that short return. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. To the air. It's Orji. Now improvising. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is called for. In the midst of all this rain, just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. So Ohio State's offense has the ball for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Makes the grab. It's Henderson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Such a great job on the defense, winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
And the Buckeyes decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot it. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the defense doing work.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He's got it, and he can go with it. Past the 50. At the 30. Past the 10. He takes it all the way back for the 2.
And when you're on defense and it's wet, and it's rainy. You know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. Turns it on in midfield. And he's running in the open. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolverines.
It's so nice to be an offensive coordinator when you've got a guy that can do this. What an unbelievable job scrambling around, buying time. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to call it, running a long way and scoring a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. They're lining up to boot it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Howard. They're bringing heat. Using his legs to buy some time. At the 20, he's got space. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Judkins. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Morgan. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30s. Just destroys hurrying his way through the field. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. On first down from the 13-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Loveland. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
He's got it on the run. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. On the move to his left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting a fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. Buys a little time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go dime, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Number 33 on the field goal.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, whether it's in the shoe or the big house, when you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, it's Howard. They're trying to get to it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Bringing it back, it's Morgan. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Going over the top. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Wide out in motion. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Going to try to get it himself. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Trying to slam in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third. It's a they fake it, the kicker's looking to pass. And some great 4th down defense against the run. They are pinned deep, and this crowd is letting them have it. Looking for a gap. It's Judkins. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. When you needed it the most in the 4th quarter, this game is super close, it's tight. Not only do you make a play and get a stop, you put points on the board and you get the football back with a chance to salt this football game away. That's how defenses step up late in games.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20.
Returner brings it out to the 42. And your Michigan
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Trying to find his man on first down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Never a reason to panic. Just run your offense. Plenty of time here. Down one possession late in the fourth.
Can hang on across the middle on first down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Judkins. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Ibuka. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Trying to run it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Michigan stole their winged helmets and possibly their fight song from Princeton, but they are giving an Ivy League level education and defense today. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Third downs are so crucial, and quarterbacks, you want them to be, elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding third down and getting to the quarterback?
Pocket starts to collapse. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive, you want to get touchdowns, you don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this, well, now you're getting no points. And the defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. They'll run the jet sweep, trying to spread this defense out. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Man, you just hold your breath every time this particular receiver gets the ball in his hands. Because of his speed, he's dangerous to score every single time he touches it. That time on the jet sweep, though, the defense did a better job playing team defense and getting him on the ground.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
The Wolverines will call on their punt. Oh, he's not punting, he's going to throw. Trying to get to him. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. They managed to get the throw off, but couldn't get the completion. You always wonder, why not just leave the offense out there and run a pass play? Feeling some heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Dropping back, it's Howard. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis.